time for a special video we are calling VAR arguments, shocking referee decisions. And we all know that one of the reasons why the Premier League is, in quote, the most watched league in the world is because of the controversy we see every time. The Premier League seems to have built a reputation out of sparking controversy, even when there is nothing. And of course, every weekend, we are always guaranteed that we'll see at least 5 to 10, controversial decisions. And in one of our latest video editions, we will be reviewing some of the most controversial decisions, and this is going to happen until the final day of the season. And moving on for some of the controversial decisions that happened in game week 2, we're starting with you, Victor, and of course your rivals, Manchester United. So we all know the incident that happened with Bruno Fernandes, where he bumped into the referee while he was about to take the penalty. And some Manchester United fans, Gary Neville and the lot, were saying, oh, they should have allowed Bruno Fernandes retake that penalty after he landed, somewhere in the Milky Way and stuff. What is your opinion on that, Victor?
Oh my God! If he retakes that, the game's completely gone. Neville needs to go back home and tend to his chores or whatever because he has absolutely zero business being a pundit.
I agree with you. Like, even anybody that remotely thinks Fernandez should retake that penalty, you need to stop watching football. Genuinely, genuinely. But Max, this one is for you and still with United. I don't know if we are now playing rugby or something else, but should United's goal have stood after Euro's push on Calvin Bassey? You can see his two hands just stretched out there directly on Barsi, and that actually impacted the goal. But what's your take on that, Max?
Bro, it happens in every single corner. Like somebody pushes somebody else, and I mean defenders do it much more time than attackers do that, and you never get any penalty for this. So I mean, we're in England. If you're really gonna fall after this type of contact, you shouldn't play in Prem. So I keep with the goal.
Of course, a United fan saying
Were we
that.
expecting anything else? Exactly, United fan.
Man,
Uh,
uh, one moment. I mean, when you wrote it in our chat, I didn't even notice that there was something. So this is also says a lot because when they watching the goal, I didn't even see this. I mean, bro, it definitely
It's
tense.
it's not that it's not that it doesn't happen. It's the way that it happened and the fact that it was more obvious than 99% of similar challenges for a corner.
exactly.
And also, it's a different thing when it happens, but the ball is nowhere near that area. Like, okay, there's a push and a shove and a tug and whatnot, but the ball is going in a completely different direction. That's fine. You don't need to give a penalty or uh, chalk off a goal or anything like that. But this is where the ball went, and Basi couldn't jump because of this shove. This shouldn't
Exactly.
have
I
stood.
This shouldn't have been allowed to stand, in my opinion, too, as well. Just like Victor said, anywhere else in the box, they would probably have allowed it slide. But the fact that it prevented Basi from jumping, and we all know Basi has an aerial, yeah, like good aerial presence as well. So he could have jumped to head that ball away or something. But anyways, it's Manchester United. We're used to that at this point. And
Along
moving
with
on
Howard
to
Webb as well.
exactly. Moving on to Manchester United neighbors, Manchester City. Max, I'm still with you. Do you think James Trafford from Manchester City should have seen a red card after catching Kudus with a knee to the chest? And if that was not enough, he went on to swat the ball away with his arm outside the box. I mean, I don't know if LeBron James would even be allowed to get away with something like that. But yeah, how did Trafford not see a red after that? What's your opinion, Mark?
I mean, bro, this here at least two red cards, and I also remember the game between Man City and Crystal Palace in the cup game. Like this one didn't get a red card. This like two. Here's at least two red cards. I mean, pro. And also the funniest thing that commentator said, yeah, I see it's a clear play. I mean, Bro, you shouldn't be allowed to prem anymore.
Victor, your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think VAR kind of figured two wrongs make a right. You know, he handled and he fouled, so everything's fine. It equals zero. No, absolutely should have seen red.
Yeah, I definitely agree as well. I think it should have been a clear red. I mean, if you said it was not a foul, using his hand outside the box was, just a clear red in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't remember the goalkeeper that got red for something similar last season, but yeah, VAR messed up on this one. And then moving on and back to you, Max. What are your thoughts on Van der Ven stepping on Bob's foot in the penalty area and it not being awarded as a penalty?
That's also a terrible call because we've seen like 15 moments like this. If the ball stands in the play after the pass, even if you already made your move and somebody step on your foot, especially in this type of situation, it's definitely a penalty. No otherwise. But why? I mean, the main problem is okay. Ref couldn't see it, maybe. But why VR is not calling him? This is the main question for this type of situation because this is a 100% mistake from him and it must be overviewed and overturned. I don't understand that.
Yeah, Victor, your call on that.
Yeah, penalty. It seems like VAR just decides to take naps from time to time and they just don't pay attention to whatever the hell is going on because the inconsistency that we're seeing from one game to the next and we have seen since the introduction of VAR is just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah, fair enough. My opinion on this is that they just wanted to balance out the Trafford. They just wanted to balance out the error with Trafford, like, oh, let's not make it too controversial. So let's also deny something, for City so we can, save our face or something. But yeah, this was a clear pen all day, all night, and it's very shocking that VAR let this one slide as well. But anyways, there you have it. Those are our opinions on some of the controversial decisions by referees in the Premier League, and unfortunately, we are still going to see more of this next week and in more game weeks to come. But as usual, in the first of our kind video, we'll be bringing more of this your way. So stay tuned and also tell us your opinion on some of these decisions. Do you agree with us or do you disagree with some of our takes? Tell us in the comment section below, and we'll be waiting to hear from you.